Lord J, here to say I had an epiphany. But then I thought, hey, Epi, what does that mean? And Phani, could that be short for phantom? In this corporeal body that we are said to be in, divide you all within, individuals within. You see the myth of how empowered you are as an individual? Well, dear, that is a status. And the other epiphany that I had as I had the epiphany about epiphany was the fact that on the bottom of our feet we wear plastic soles because they keep us disconnected from the earth, which is where we are in Schumann resonance with others. And when we are actually able to feel when a fellow man, woman, child, animal, creature, plant, tree in our matrix, the matrix that we've all been duped by in this nuclear family model that would have us be raised by those who cannot see the rays of divinity within their offspring because they have not the qualifications to be the one they were waiting for. I say of me and ye too, you too, but et is what that makes me think of. And so I want to say in song, I guess, because it's time on your feet if you were to wear rubber soles and then add inches to it with the high heels. The more elevated you are socially by way of your shoes in terms of how tall you are to the others in the environments that you get yourself in, that you walk in. You don't know what somebody else is going through until you've walked a mile in their shoes. And when you do, sometimes you realize how impossible their life might and must be because of how high they've raised themselves and how far the fall can be. Well, we live in a universe of polarity where there's an equal and opposite. Low battery. Okay, equal and opposite is where I left off. Where there's an equal and opposite, up and down, right and left and right and wrong. Don't you know when you write your songs, you actually W-R-I-T-E, write the words. But if you are right, you might feel righteous because you believe that your BS doesn't stink as much as someone else's. But the truth is it's still shit. I mean systems designed to save yourself significant time, energy, effort, money. And however your energy shows up in your team, the one out on the outside is the one we measure most because it's the leadership we can train others to manage outside of themselves. For a corporation they sign on behalf. Well, don't you know when you do, you assume the liabilities and the responsibilities implied to be applied to the corpse that you're acting on behalf. Your flesh is worth the pound of flesh. Well, where's it gonna come from with the entity, the energy that we would give our time, energy, attention to, and we get money in exchange? But did you know the dollar sign and the pound too used to have two lines to divide? The dollar sign and the pound too, and then when the silver went away as no longer backing the currency, the current that I see in play, the energy that we trade between each other. And when we do, we see the currency and then we receive it and assign it value. And when we do, that is when we learn to trust another outside of ourselves. And when we do that, well, what do? We gotta trust ourselves less because a contract and agreement are different. One is legal And when it's lawful, we are lawful as a woman or a man, standing strong as who we are, naked and open the curtains. I'm just joking, but if I'd said flirtin', it would have rhymed better. Don't you have time to go back and do it differently unless you do what you thought of then? In the moment when you think of it, and don't leave it all pent up, and instead let your energy flow, because emotions are meant to be in motion. Don't you know that when you suppress, depress, compress, repress, deny anything, it gets stuck in the energetic system? That's you. And when I say you or they or we, don't you see the pluralization that happens when we don't make it clear who we, they, you are they? It's true. Who are they? Who are you? Make sure you know what is being implied to be you, because you'll be told you're a person. And we've been told women fought for the right to vote. What's more, the natives gave up their standing to have a standing, a status you've got to carry around the card, and now everyone else joins along with the QR code that would have you identify your private medical status, to identify who you see yourself to be based on someone else's lie. Can you not say there's a divide out there and in here too? Because if we learn to balance the right and left hemispheres, well, we could have hemi-sync, the Gateway Project. If you're not familiar with it, the CIA wrote that for us, to understand that if we actually can be fully present and connected to our environment, this too you can do and more. Oh, there's more, and I could do less, and if I did, some would say amen. And then others who needed that one extra piece that I added in, well, that was for you. I hope you give this a like and share. And now I will continue to get ready for my meeting, one that I look forward to sharing, because the master minding of bringing like-minded people together for a common purpose is now happening as we lawfully assemble. It's true, lawfully organized. Summits were how we did last year, and now we'll get back to doing more. But I got something else to learn before then, so Laura J, namaste, nama, go for now.